ever notice how you come across somebody once in a while you shouldn't have messed with? That's me.
I am not an African American.
You're an Oreo cookie, white in the inside and black on the outside.
I don't have an afro, I have an Amerifro.
Talking that idiotic stuff you talk about, I will slap you.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Black as the ace of spades, but 100% American.
Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. The Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show.
Uniting the races with truth. Instead of dividing them with lies, we're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being with me. Let me go to Mike out of San Antonio, Texas. Good morning, Mike, and welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks for having me. Preach on, preacher. Preach on.
Isn't this something?
Man, I talked about that website of Obama. I got some additional information.
Oh, good.
I think people don't really understand how could all of these brilliant people, programmers who program that thing, get to the point that they are. But it's really easy to do because you actually, the way it's set up, the way things are set up in the IT world, you have a kind of a virtual workforce, different places, different people doing different things. The CGI company was supposed to be you have all these different bridges being, in effect, being built.
Yes.
CGI is supposed to bring together and have all those bridges connect. If you don't have a connection point, which is CGI, that company wasn't, then you can have these people doing these things that doesn't even connect to anything. And that's what I think has happened. And I think it was intentional, where they could keep milking the money.
Yeah.
And I downloaded their Java file. I downloaded it. It was on there. It was right out there for you. And I'm warning anybody. Please don't believe anything I've ever said, but believe this. That thing is criminal neglect. Anybody, and with my limited skill set now, I don't program much anymore. I could teach Maze or I could teach Mail within an hour how to hack into that site.
Wow.
It's criminal neglect. And I'm right now, I'm putting comment lines in the code. So anybody who wants to see that file, I can show them exactly just how bad it is. I mean, they got T-bone from the hood to put this code in there. It's crazy.
Where do they go to see your comments?
I'm sorry.
How can they see your comments?
Well, I can put comment lines inside of the code and what it means.
Oh, okay.
What exactly? I can show you the code. I can put a comment and say, this is what this means. It's always good to put comments in your code because you won't know what it really meant. I can do that. I mean, anybody who needs to see it, it is so messed up. Anybody, if they get you in there, which it was basically it's an NSA database, that's the only thing it interfaces with. They get you in there. The NSA now got your information. If the NSA don't have your information, then the hacker is going to have your information, going to steal all your data from you and steal anything from you. It's criminal neglect what they did.
I don't think people should try to go on there and put their information there because of that.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not. It's beyond bad. And the lady who was the program director of CGI, I can tell you right now, if she doesn't have expertise in SQL, structured query language, COBOL, a little bit of Fortran, a little bit of, and I'm just saying this, people can write this down. If she doesn't have any of that, and I know she doesn't, she had no business being in that job.
Yeah. I don't think Obama wanted this thing to work. I think Obama wanted to destroy private insurance companies because he hates capitalism and he wants to, addict everybody to the government. I think this is another way of redistribution.
Yeah, it is. And I think what happened is...
Hey, Mike, hold for me. Hold. Can you hold?
Sure.
Okay. Back in a moment. One other point about black men. Gloria, if you missed that call, folks, in the first hour, you can podcast. She just opened up a can of worms for me because I've never seen anything like this in men, and that black men are absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. They have no clue of manhood at all. They have no idea what it is, what it feels like, what it means, or anything. It's the darndest thing. I have taught, over the years, I've taught to black men. You could be in a meeting talking to a black man about business. You know, men just talk. You know, they just say whatever, right? And in the good old days, they wouldn't take it personally, like a woman would take it. But nowadays, you could be talking to black men, just talking about business, and they take it personally, emotionally, like a woman, and you're surprised. Like, look, what's wrong with you? We're talking business, and you're sitting here feeling like an angry woman, feeling attacked. That's the darndest thing I ever seen in my whole life. Talking about the mama drama, the mama effect. Black women, may God have mercy on your soul for what you've done to your children. Really. Now, I know the men play a role in it too because they have a responsibility to protect their children from this, and they haven't. But may God, it's no wonder these black women are suffering with their adult children, men and women, because they have messed them up. They're still dealing with children. Retarded children. Retarded means spiritually, mentally possessed. You can't even sit with the average black man and just have a man-to-man talk, not even thinking about hurting their little feelings or anything, and they'll be sitting there taking it personally. It is the darndest thing I've ever seen in my whole 64 years of being on Earth, folks. And nobody's dealing with it but me. And when I bring it up, I'm a hater. I hate this and I hate that. But yet these men are acting like emotional, as Gloria said, racist, angry. She didn't say women, but mamas, I'll put it that way. She didn't say that, but I'm saying that part because that's where it came from. And we got to deal with this if we want to change society, if we want to turn men back to their proper role of life. They represent Christ on earth, and Christ was not a mama baby, mama's boy. Christ did not get emotional. You couldn't hurt his feelings. Or he took it personally because he felt attacked. Christ was not like that, guys. And if you're like that, you are a woman. You have become your mama. You have a male's body, but a woman's spirit dwells in you. It's just the way it is. Hate me for it, I don't care. Anyway, Mike from San Antonio, I'm taking your calls, folks. 888-77-53773. Mike from San Antonio, Texas, mentioned CGI. Here's some information on them. CGI Federal was paid $678 million, no bid contract to build the Obamacare exchange web portal. And apparently they have no idea what they were doing, but they were paid $678 million, no bid. You're supposed to have bids on government contracts, but not this one. This is redistribution of wealth. Tony Townsend Whitley, a senior vice president of CGI Federal, is a Princeton classmate of Big Mama, so-called First Lady Michelle Obama. And we have their pictures up on the live streaming video. If you listen to the show, you can watch it at live, all access, 24/7 path. All their pictures, Obama, Big Mama, this woman, and that's her husband? Hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm going to walk away from the camera. Just hold on. I'm still here. That's from Tony's Facebook page. That's from Tony's Facebook page. They're up there grinning because they're ripping off the country. The redistribution of wealth. Michelle is a Princeton classmate of First Lady Michelle Obama. That's from the Daily Caller. Michelle Obama is anything but a first lady. She's the last lady. Possessed by her mama. Let me go on down here, some more information for you. Then I get back to Mike. The company that won the multi-million-dollar contract from the Obama administration to help develop the problem plague Healthcare.gov site was also hired in May to help distribute $1.7 billion in federal Superstorm Sandy relief money. Really? The rabbit hole goes very deep. That's from Fox. This is about taking the money from the white folks and giving it to the blacks, folks. The blacks who are in their circle. That's what this is about. And white folks, if you don't wake up and smell the coffee, don't blame me. I told you about it. Have some courage. Mike, go ahead, Mike. Thank you for holding.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Yeah, but those criteria that I read off that lady should have, I'm sure she doesn't have. You can't just be like a business major and manage a software firm. You have to know those languages to have some familiarity with them to know which one to use. And if she doesn't, you right. This was a scam from the beginning. He wasn't meant to work.
No.
What I think happened was it was meant only as an NSA feed in, so they can steal your information, which is what they're doing. They had to interact with all these other systems so that it looked legit, which meant these other systems written in a bunch of different languages. That lady had no clue how to make that work. And like I said, it would be at least 5 years because the government is twice as long as in private to make that work if you start from scratch. And you better get some good programmers that know what they're doing. So they milking this thing. Incompetence means money for them.
This is about destroying private businesses, addicting people to the government, turning America into a socialist society. Can you imagine had George Bush given this contract, no bid contract to a white company? And they didn't even have to bid on it. No one else had a chance to bid on it. Can you imagine what would have happened? According to the Federal Election Commission records, Tony Whitley gave $500 in 2011 and in 2012 to Obama's re-election campaign and another $1,000 to the Obama Victory Fund. They're all in this together.
They're all in it together. And like I said, people stay away from that database. It's only a portal to get you in, to get your information. Because once you put your information in, you've now given up your rights to privacy as far as your health medical records.
Wise advice, Mike. Thank you, man. I appreciate your call. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. A quick reminder of Solyndra, the solar company that was given $535 million taxpayers' dollars and went bankrupt. So this kind of wasting of our taxpayer dollars is not the first time. It's not the first time. The campaign finance record shows Kaiser and Solyndra executives and board members donated $87,050 total to Obama's election campaign. They're all in this together, folks. This man, the fallen Messiah, is getting away with all this simply because he's black and he's wicked and he knows how to force evil down the throats of the American people, and the people don't know what to do with it. They're afraid because he's black and they don't want to be called racist. They're afraid of the media and they don't know how to handle this. And Obama's getting away with it. They're having these hearings now about the socialized healthcare website, but nothing's going to become of it. They're having hearings. How many hearings have they had in this year alone? And nothing has become of it. Nobody arrested, nobody fired, a few underdogs, you don't even know their names. But it goes on and on and on. These people are giving taxpayer money that ends up being donated to Obama campaign. It's crazy, folks. It's like they're all buddies, right? President Bush could never get away with this. The liberal media would be all over them. And it appears that they're just passing this money from one to another, like money laundering or something. In my country, tis of thee, sweet land. Where is that? They're taking our money. They're taking my money. I have to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning to come here and make some money. And they're sleeping. And they take my money and just pass it down between each other. And there's nothing being done about it.